path of connection is often misunderstood. Many believe it is a destination to be reached, a prize to be won. And so, they strive. They seek formulas. They gather treasures. Yet they find their inner world remains empty, their connections shallow. Like rivers that never reach the sea, it is not about what you have, what you look like, or the words you speak. The truth, the ancient wisdom tells us, lies not in doing more, but in becoming more. Today, I invite you to explore a different way. Not a collection of secrets, but a series of inner postures. These are the subtle currents of energy that, once understood, allow true connection to flow through you, not from you. Imagine, for a moment, that you could become a calm harbor in a restless world. That you could stand apart not by effort, but by stillness. This is not about chasing, not about proving. It is about understanding the silent language of the heart. To ignore this language is to walk through a beautiful garden with your eyes closed. You might miss the very connection your soul is seeking. The final posture we will explore is the source of all others. To understand, it is to change the very ground on which you stand. Before we begin this journey inward, I invite you to join this space of learning. Let these insights flow to you, and may they become a part of your practice. Let us begin. The first posture, the practice of conscious touch. Imagine you are on a journey with another. The words flow, the air is pleasant, yet a vast space remains between you. The mind is engaged, but the heart is not yet open. You part ways, and the connection fades like a ripple in the water. What was missing? Most rely on words, believing they are the bridges between souls, but the heart speaks a different language. It speaks through presence. And one of the most profound ways to express this presence is through touch. Not a touch of demand or expectation, not a touch that seeks to take, but a touch that is an offering. One gesture, often forgotten in our world of haste, is the simple, mindful message before any deeper intimacy. Why is this so powerful? Because for another to feel truly seen, their spirit must feel safe. A conscious, non-seeking touch is a quiet promise. It says, I am here. I am present with you. I am a space of calm for you. It is not a performance. It is a meditation. The focus is not on technique, but on intention. Are you simply moving your hands, or are you channeling your stillness into another being? An old master once taught me, do not waste time discussing what a good man is. Simply be one. Do not overthink this. Be present. Let your calm be the message. The truth is, most are lost in the noise of their own desires. They cannot offer stillness because they do not possess it. But the few who cultivate this inner quiet, they create connections that are deep and resonant, like the sound of a temple bell. In a world of fleeting interactions, this practice of conscious touch is a rare gift, and when you master it, you become a sanctuary. The second posture, the dance of energies. The art of playful connection is often misunderstood. Many approach it with force, appearing desperate, like a river trying to flow uphill. Others hold back, frozen by fear, like a seed that never sprouts. True connection, however, is a dance. It is light, it is joyful, and it flows with ease. A man who understands this dance stands out, for he creates a current of energy that is exciting, yet free of pressure. This is not about impressing with clever words. It is about maintaining a sense of play. Think of it as two streams mingling. You guide the flow, but she moves with you, and neither feels forced. A simple way to begin this dance is with gentle teasing. For example, if she speaks of a food she loves, you might respond with a gentle smile. Is that so? It is clear you have not yet tasted food cooked with a silent mind. It is a playful challenge that invites laughter and keeps the energy moving. Most importantly, this dance is not a performance for approval. The moment you seek validation, the dance becomes clumsy. The heart is drawn to those who are at home in their own being, who can be playful without needing a reward. In my tradition, we are taught that a man of true substance enjoys the interaction for its own sake. He is grounded in his own center, never desperate for a particular outcome. Beyond words, your presence is the music. A steady gaze, a slow smile, a pause filled with stillness. These speak a language older than words. Connection is not built with cleverness. It is built with presence, with energy, and with a quiet confidence in your own worth. When you approach this dance from a place of fullness, not of lack, the energy shifts. You are no longer seeking, you are sharing. Master this, and you will find connection arising naturally in your presence. The third posture, a gesture of stillness. Many overlook this, but to touch another's hair in the right way is a profound act. When this gesture arises from a place of true presence, it is one of those quiet, almost invisible moments that can open the heart. But if it comes from a place of want or awkwardness, it can close a door. The key is to understand its nature. The head is a sacred space, a center of energy. A gentle, conscious touch there can communicate intimacy, trust, and a deep seeing of the other person. It is not about the physical sensation alone. It is about the unspoken message. It can say, I see you. I am here with you. I am attuned to your energy. But this is where many falter. They rush the moment, or they perform the action mechanically, with a mind that is elsewhere. To touch her hair is not an absent-minded act. It is a moment of shared stillness. Imagine this. You are sitting together. The space between you is calm and open. At the right moment, as if guided by the silence itself, you gently brush a single strand of hair from her face. That one movement, born of intention and quiet confidence, can say more than 1,000 words. Timing is the whole of the practice. This is not a gesture for the first meeting. Before the ground of connection has been watered, it flourishes when she already feels a warmth and ease in your presence. If her energy leans toward you, if she smiles in a way that invites closeness, then the moment may be right. To force it is to disturb the water. This is why presence and awareness are everything. An ancient teaching reminds us to observe the flow of things without acting on raw impulse, to remain the master of our inner world, not its servant. This means you do not reach out simply because desire arises, but because the moment calls for a deepening of connection. So the next time you are with another and the moment feels ripe with quiet intimacy, do not underestimate the power of this simple gesture. When it arises from a place of stillness, it is a rare and subtle gift that leaves a lasting echo. The fourth posture, the silent river guide. This may seem a small thing, this gesture of the hand on her back in a public space. But in the silent language of energy, it speaks with a clear voice. A simple, confident touch on the small of her back as you guide her through a crowd communicates something deeply resonant, calm leadership, presence, and a field of safety. And yet, the great majority either fail to see this or hesitate, trapped in the mind's uncertainty. A woman does not need a grand display of force to feel secure. She responds to the subtle, instinctual signals that a man is grounded, present, and capable of navigating the stream of life. When you place your hand on her back with a calm self-assurance, you communicate, without words, that you are centered in yourself and aware of the space around you. This is not about dominance or control. It is about showing, through action, that you are there, you are aware, and you lead with a quiet strength. Here, again, many go astray. They hesitate, and the moment becomes awkward, or they are too forceful, and the gesture feels unnatural. It is not about possession, nor is it about seeking a reaction. It is about presence. When done from a place of inner balance, the touch is light but firm, brief but intentional, just enough for her to feel your steady presence in a way that feels effortless and natural. Imagine this. You are walking together towards a doorway. As you move slightly ahead to open the door, your hand rests for a moment on the small of her back, a silent current guiding her forward. It is a moment of quiet leadership, a gesture that silently reassures her that she is with a man who moves through the world with confidence and purpose. An old teaching says, do not waste time arguing what a good man is. Be one. A man of substance does not seek approval for his actions. He simply embodies strength, awareness, and quiet self-possession. When you place your hand on her back, you are not seeking a response. You are simply being a man of presence and leadership, and that, in itself, is magnetic. In a world where many are either too timid or too overbearing. Mastering this simple, powerful posture sets you apart as one who understands the subtle dance of strength and care. The fifth posture, the mountain in the storm. Let us quiet the outer noise and touch upon something deep within the masculine spirit, the profound calling to protect, to lead, to be a steady rock she can lean on when the world spins. Not because she is weak, not to control her, but because it is written into the core of your energy to shield, not to smother, to stand firm, not to chase. And here is what is often missed. Women feel a deep pull towards this. Not a bodyguard, not a ruler, but a man who carries a presence that silently says, "You are safe in this space with me." The path to this is not through outer strength, but inner strength. Most think being her hero means fixing her problems, offering solutions, telling her what to do. But this is a misunderstanding. What she truly seeks is a man who can stand still while her own inner storm rages. A man who does not flinch from her emotions, who doesn't try to shut them down or make them about himself. She needs to know you can hold her chaos without losing your own clarity. When a woman is overwhelmed, she is not looking for a fixer. She is looking for a mountain. Someone who will not be moved by the storm, who does not try to escape it, who does not react, who simply stays but stays grounded. That is the true protector. It is not loud, it is not dramatic. It is steady, quiet, unshakable. And the more she feels this from you, the more she can relax into her own feminine flow, because she is no longer carrying the weight of everything alone. She can let go because she knows you can hold the space for her. To be specific, being her protector means letting her feel without rushing to fix. It means listening with your whole being, not just your ears. It means keeping your composure when she tests your stillness. Your calm becomes the signal. You become her protector before the storm arrives. You do not just respond to drama, your very energy prevents it. You set the tone. You walk with purpose. You speak with intention. You don't need to say, "I am here for you," because the way you occupy your own space already says it. But let me be clear. This is not about being an emotional dumping ground. A protector does not tolerate disrespect. It means you protect your own peace first, because a man who cannot protect his own inner state can never truly protect hers. An ancient sage said, "No man was ever wise by chance." You do not stumble into this role. You choose it. You build it. You embody it, not to impress her, but because it is who you are. And when you step fully into this energy, she looks at you differently. She softens. She opens. She trusts. Not because you saved her, but because you showed her she never had to save you. The sixth posture, the earth's expression. Let us speak of something that appears physical, but touches something far deeper, the beard. To some, it is merely hair. But to her, if you carry it from a place of inner truth, it can awaken a connection that feels ancient and instinctual. Not every woman prefers this expression. Some are drawn to a clean, shaven face, some to light stubble. But regardless of taste, there is a reason the beard has always been a symbol of something primal, something masculine, something quietly powerful. And this energy is felt, even when it cannot be explained. A beard does not just change your face, it changes how you are perceived, and perception is the gateway to connection. A well-kept beard can signal maturity. It suggests a journey has been walked. It tells her, without a word, this man is no longer a boy. He is not trying to impress. He simply is. And that is the energy of stillness, of masculinity, of a presence that speaks louder than words. Let us go deeper. On a subtle level, facial hair can represent a grounded dominance. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind. The kind that enters a room and has no need to announce itself. It speaks through stillness, presence, and care. When a woman senses this in a man, it touches something ancient within her. She sees safety, but also a wild strength. She senses a man who can both protect and provoke, who is not easily swayed by the winds of opinion, who walks his own path. But this is not about simply letting a beard grow. A beard, when tended, is a mirror of your inner discipline. It says, I care for myself. I am mindful of details. I invest in my own presence. A wild, untended beard speaks not of power, but of carelessness. But a clean, intentional beard says, I know who I am, and I own it. Now, here is the subtle part. When her hand touches your jaw, moving through your beard, she is feeling more than texture. She is feeling a deeper polarity, your ruggedness against her softness, your earth against her water. It is a sensory experience that speaks of the beautiful contrast between masculine and feminine. That is what many miss. A beard can amplify polarity, and polarity is the engine of chemistry. Not sameness, but difference. The beard, when joined with a grounded energy, becomes an amplifier for this dance. But again, it is not about the beard. It is about the man. If your energy is weak, if your center is not held, no beard can create what is not there. But if you carry yourself as a man of purpose, then the beard becomes an outward symbol of the man you have become. And that is where its power lies. An old teacher said, first, know who you are. Then, adorn yourself accordingly. A beard does not make you strong. It reflects the strength you already cultivate. So whether you are clean-shaven or bearded, let it be an expression of your own truth. Lead with your presence, and all else will follow. The seventh posture, the sound of an open heart. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you shared a moment of true laughter with a woman? Not polite laughter, not a forced chuckle. I mean the real, unguarded laughter. The kind that makes her lean back and forget the world for a moment. The kind that makes her touch your arm without thinking. The kind that dissolves her defenses without a single word. Because here is what many do not see. Laughter is not just fun. It is a form of intimacy. It is disarming. It bypasses the thinking mind and lands directly in the heart. When a woman truly laughs with you, her whole being relaxes. A bond is formed in that shared space of joy. Suddenly, you are not just a person she is with. You are a person she feels safe with, a person who feels like a moment of peace. Now, why do so many fail to tap into this? Because they are focused on being impressive, on being strong, on being stoic, on being mysterious. All of that has its place. But if that is all you are, she may feel admiration, but not connection. She will see you as a statue, perhaps beautiful, but cold. Laughter is what makes you warm. It is the secret path, the space between the tension, the moment of shared breath when she realizes, being with this man makes my spirit feel lighter. But what matters is this: it is not about being a comedian. It is not about trying to entertain. It is about knowing when to relax into the moment, when to be playful, when to allow yourself to be teased, when to not take your own seriousness so seriously. That is what creates a chemistry that is electric without even a touch. Imagine, you are with her. The energy is quiet. You notice a small thing in the world that no one else sees, and you make a dry, perfectly timed observation. She smiles. She tries to hold it back, but she cannot, and now you are both laughing. That moment, right there, is more powerful than any clever line, because it was not planned, it was real, it was yours. Shared, unscripted, true. And she will remember that moment later. Not the words, but the feeling. She will remember how light she felt in your presence. In a world that often feels heavy to her, that feeling is a precious gift. Now, here is the misunderstanding. Many men think laughter is a sign of weakness, that if they are not serious, they lose respect. The truth is the opposite. The man who can be light without losing his depth is rare. He is powerful. He is irresistible, because he does not need to be on, to be strong. He knows that laughter does not shrink his masculine core, it expands it. It shows he is not threatened by the moment, that he is in control of his own energy, that even in stillness he can create joy. An ancient master said, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." But he also taught that our suffering comes not from events, but from our interpretation of them. In other words, your ability to shift the energy from tension to ease. That is true power. And laughter is that shift. It is how you guide her energy back to joy. How you show her that strength can smile, that stillness can spark. The man who laughs with her, not at her, but with her, builds something deeper than attraction. He builds an emotional home. The eighth posture, the North Star of the soul. Let us go beyond attraction for a moment, beyond touch, beyond playfulness, beyond chemistry. Let us speak of something a woman's soul is drawn to, but rarely knows how to ask for a man with a North Star. Not just a job, not just a goal, not just a plan. I am talking about vision, direction. A man who is not just living, but is on a path. Because here is the truth that is often overlooked. Nothing draws a woman's respect more deeply than a man who is unapologetically walking towards something larger than himself. It is not about money. It is not about recognition. It is not even about the destination itself. It is about what that journey says about you. It says you are alive. It says you are not stagnant water, but a flowing river. It says you wake with purpose, and that energy is a powerful current. Do you want to know what a woman's spirit finds truly compelling? It is the man who can look her in the eyes and say, I cannot stay long. I have my path to walk. And he means it. Not because he is avoiding her, but because he refuses to lose himself in her. That is the essence. You do not win her heart by making her your entire world. You win her respect by focusing on your path and allowing her to witness the quiet fire in your eyes when you speak of it. And here is why this works. Because when a woman feels your direction, when she sees that you are moving toward your own truth, that you are not waiting for life to happen to you, she respects you. She